Hello everyone and welcome to another video from the Demon Overlord. Today we are doing part number 2 of the 4 for my Mythic Odysseys Theros set. Now, the first creature up here we have the mighty and large Ketalobos. Now I don't know if I said that right. I'm trying. I always seem to say that name wrong usually. But I love the sculpt from the Theros card. It has that lovely wildebeest looking sculpt, which, if I remember, it was some supposed like beast from the farms, and it was supposedly cursed by a god to become an evil monster. Now, I know in the monster manual, these things are actually a magic-consuming creature, and look more like a camel, long-neck creature that smells really rancid. You can keep the smell part easily, but I mean, obviously, maybe give him more of a ramming attack instead of what the one in there has. And I like the magical effect coming from the smell, or from his nose there, and that little red from his beard. A very nice touch. And very good, and he's definitely worth getting if you want an interesting creature that can consume those magic items and put your players in a real bind. Next up here, we have the Nymph Elseed. Like I said, if I'm butchering these names, my apologies. But as you can see, he's a lovely miniature. I like the style of his little sort of growth that's going on there. The little bit of a, I guess you'd call it like grass growing around there, which you can see better in this shot here as he turns. I like the little Nyx effect on him. It's very simple, very easy, and he looks more impressive. There we are. Just change my camera angle for the medium characters, and as you can see, he's pretty nice. I like the Nyx effect of this one, and the grass. It's well intricated to actually almost look like a dress on him, but pretty cool, and a pretty interesting sculpt nonetheless. Let's get on to the third miniature from this box. Here we have the Anvil-Wrought Raptor. Now, if you know anything about the Anvil-Wrought Raptor, it is a construct creature created to basically be a servant to mages or anyone who really wants to make one. Maybe even a ranger would like one as a mechanical pet that doesn't require maintenance, such as feeding it, caring for it when it's basically this creature, and all you gotta do is make sure it's got some little oil in its gears and what, etc. Pretty cool creature. I like the flight base on him, that nice little swoop versus the old sticks. Thank God they didn't do that. Pretty cool to have another bird creature. He could be a stand-in for maybe a large falcon, hawk, or maybe even an eagle if necessary. But with him being a raptor, you could have him be whatever the person wants for their flavor of, like, maybe the person wants a blood hawk, and this could be a representation of a mechanical blood hawk. So pretty cool, and a nice animal, even a construct animal, to add to the library options for your games. Last from the box, but not least, we have the Night Hag. Now, obviously, Night Hags in D&D are very powerful and dangerous, as they are the most powerful hags that you're really going to, or the most powerful magically inclined hags you're going to come across in D&D, since they actually deal with demons directly. Pretty cool looking. I actually like the Nyx-like cloak on her. I mean, it's a different design. Maybe this would be more of a town-based Night Hag disguise. Maybe that's what she wears around town, so as not to draw attention. So it's different. But you know what? Having different options for it is nice, especially if you don't have a normal model to throw out there. So pretty cool, and I definitely don't at all regret pulling this one from the box. Next up here for the fourth box of the brick, we have the Emissary of Erebos. Obviously, Erebos being the god of the dead, he has a pretty interesting guardian. I think it's based on the idea, honestly, for its concept from the Returned with that golden mask. It kind of also has its own golden body mask in a way. I love that actually underneath there is that effect going with the purple, which if you lift it, it does have it under the mini, which makes that translucent base even more interesting. And I love all the little whips and scales and little wings coming off, and I love the purple eye and the fangs. The fangs have a slightly internal curvature, make a little bit of a circle-ish, but it looks really good, and that little liquidy look in the mouth makes it look like it's leaking a venom. So really cool miniature, and I love that this is one of those huge minis they've kind of shoved in the boxes, which surprises you, considering everyone thought they were just going to be large creatures. Moving on to the small ones from the set, or from this box, I should say. Next up, we have another miniature I was hoping to get from this set. This new interesting style of Basilisk. Obviously, it has like these weird bull horns and tusks, only 4 legs, and green big eyes, which help with the Basilisk's Eye of Petrification, I suppose. But a really interesting take on the Basilisk with this more striped, predatory cat look to it. It definitely makes the Basilisk, maybe give this Basilisk variety or variant, a little bit faster speed and even a climbing speed if necessary. Definitely would give your players a nice shock and change from the normal. Next up we have the Centaur Ranger. A good player class if your characters wanted to play a Centaur and use the Ranger class, or even a good fighter he looks like he could probably pull off. since he has lovely paint on his actual horse body as well as his body, or tattoos, if most likely. And I love how they didn't give him a saddle like a lot of other centaurs get saddled for some reason, which saddles don't really work with centaurs. They actually hate being saddled and use horses. It's actually an insult. I love the wisping going out of his hair there on his tail. The spear itself is a little bent, but with that kind of material and that type of build, expect it. But a nice build for a nice, good human-class centaur. Since the last one was female, now we have a male sculpt to go with the female, which makes it work even better. And now moving on to the last one from this box. Here we have the famous Medusa, the great Gorgon of Theros. Now, these Gorgons follow the more traditional with Greek mythology of having snake legs, the snake tail, which I did also notice it does actually have a nice scale feeling to it when you feel the legs of this mini, or her lower half, has a nice scaly feeling, which always is good for miniatures like that. It just gives a nice level of texture. And I love the snakes of how wide they go to really show off those snake hair appendages going to their full length and just swarming everywhere with a lot of bites and whatever they could do to their players. Really nice. I would definitely offer this as a possible variant to the Serp Yanti race if someone wanted to play that. And she looks really nice in her sculpt. Her eyes are very simple, but other than that, the rest of her sculpt is very clean and well painted. So anyway, guys, this is what we got for those two boxes. Stay tuned for video number 3, and have a safe one, guys, and please do like and subscribe. Bye-bye.